So Magistrator Geranus wants us to go to kill all the arcane patrollers that were crafted by our forefathers, and then they fell in a dangerous state of repair. So he wants us to go collect the cores, since they're still quite useful and valuable to us, since they don't recognize us anymore. Here, this guy says a group of wretched ready to supply unstable mana crystals. Now he wants us to go grab them back because they can go boom boom. He doesn't care if they go boom boom on them, but he does want the crystals to go boom boom because then they'd make him look bad because they went boom boom in the city. As we gaze onto this wanted sign board, whatever, it says it want the city of Silvermoon hereby issues a reward for the head of Theolus the Hungerer. I guess he's pleased to discover that we're at least somewhat competent. So he gives us another task, gives us this letter, so that way we can deliver it to Lay Keeper Cadenus in charge of the upkeep of the North Sanctum. Now, after giving the unstable crystals back to Aeldion, I'm fucking butchering these names, probably really butchering. He has another task for us, and he sends us to go to the West Sanctum, one of their primary energy sources. But with all the reports, he wants us to see if there's anyone suspicious around that might be sabotaging something. Basically, a night elf. No, after we give the head Theonis to Sergeant Canran, whatever, he just gives us XP. So he thanks us for giving his letter, since he's been expecting it, and then since we're here, I guess he has a task for us. No wonder. And he wants us to go to Lightkeeper's Malenia apprentice and help her at the West Sanctum, since he's busy helping the little dwarf here. So as we're going down the road, we come across Apprentice Raylan, and he fucking yells at us saying, "Hello, you must help me. They were attacked by Wretched, and they stole all their goods and stuff." And then fellow Apprentice Melodor chased after them. He wants us to go continue down the road and see how he's faring, and if I could give him any assistance. So as we caught up to him, he says they're gone now. He scared them away with a well-placed fireball. But unfortunately, they threw the stuff into the river. Well, he needs his instructor's elemental grimoire. He's certain he saw them throw it in the river. So now we gotta go into the river and grab it.
Remember the sun well.
There's the book. As the book is completely soaked since it was obviously in the river, the fucking instructor will not be gonna be happy at all, and he gives you the cash for giving the book or finding the book and diving in the river. So as they know, Anthrol, their instructor, would be pissed off because the book is soaked, so he's asking you to take the fall for him and just say, "I don't know nothing of this incident, bro. Just here's a book that is yours, completely soaked, dropped into a puddle or something river, and I'll take all the blame since he can't do jack shit to me. And he'll pay us handsomely for it, supposedly."
Is at hand.
As we go up and talk to the Lightkeeper, she tells us, "Look around you, things aren't exactly in order. We got shit to do to make sure the severe function here doesn't get any worse." She says that it's finally about time someone was sent this way to help out. Now that the West Sanctum has been overloaded and the energy converters destroyed, there are now arcane waves pouring out. So now we gotta go and deal with them.
Course.
Alrighty, so when killing the scout here, he drops these documents that gives us a quest. So as it shows here, these documents contain detailed maps of different strategic buildings around in Eversong Woods and a diagram of the sanctum and sketch in good detail. And there seems to be numerous notes written in what we call language, the Night Elven language. Now, since these were carried by a spy, you figured, hey, I'm gonna bring them back to captain of the guard. Wise.
Baladash Malanore. Time is of the essence.
Ooh, you got something for me. Let me take a look. So as he says, he's like, these are you taking these from a night elf, but what this language here is Dwarven. And so with like finding that out and what the letter says, he's like, oh, it's that dwarf that's here that's fucking spying on us. All right, and then so now he gives you this operation. He says it's a very delicate operation. All right, so he wants you to go kill this dwarf. He doesn't want you doing the open. He wants you to do it secretly. So even though there's no one in Eversong right now, but he wants you to kill the dwarf and secretly and bring him his head because no one can find out that we let a spy into his head. Gotcha, bro.
Great to meet you. Off with you.
I have something to show you. Follow me. We'll do the mount just that way we get fucking more mounts, dude. I feel like I forget. Did you take care of the intruder? So he says the deed is done. Excellent job. He sent word over to the ranger general, and then the dwarves will pay for their treason. And then you've done a great service to your people today. All right, and so after that, he has another task for us. So Ranger, I can't pronounce, I'm not even gonna try, but this Ranger went through Fairbreeze Village to find out about the wretched attack that happened over there. He requested reinforcement, so we gotta go help reinforce him. And over here, we got this one single random ass quest. And so here this ranger says the black swath of soil that cuts through Eversong Woods is a permanent reminder of the day that Arthas led the Scourge into our beloved city. This blemish is more than an eyesore than Eventide. It brings the Scourge from the Ghostlands to Silvermoon. Now go and help give my man a hand and kill the fucking undead that are walking down the dead scar.
I need to edit something first.
There. And then she just thanks us for helping her pretty much, and she doesn't anticipate the Scourge letting up on any of the attacks. Yeah, you appreciate. And here, when we go up to the structure, he says, "What calls for this interruption on my lecture, Paladin? You say there's two incompetent fools who hired you to lie to me. You've done very well in coming to me." The fuck. And so he tells us like, we hope we learned a lesson to not trust anyone to lie for us, because who the fuck do that? Now he wants us to go back to the two idiots and discipline them using his wand, and then that they're probably at the same place they were, and then come back to him once the deed is done, and he'll reward us. Oh, not this again. So here he says the spring pot that inhabit this region are known for their high quality pelts, that even the night elves come to poach them. And since the skirmishes with Amani have put a bit of a strain, he wants us to help resupply by gathering some pelts. Missing in the Ghostlands. Okay, so for this Magistrix, my nephew was sent into the Ghostlands a few days ago. He never mentioned anything about his task, except that it was extremely secret. He never returned. I fear for the worst, Paladin. A missing messenger might not mean much to the cause, but he's like a son to me. Please, we look for him, and we look for him. All right, this one's a little bit funny, but basically with this one here is so there's this fucking one guy that's just constantly asking supplies for his party. So she's fucking like has had it because we're supposed to be defending, not partying. And then what's left of Fothalos. So she's like, you know what, just go do whatever you need, shut him the fuck up. I'm sick of it. She thanks us for our help, and while I get things back in order, she'd like us to go look for her former apprentices that went to East Sanctum for some dangerous research she's doing. And she's worried for her well-being, so she wants us to go convince her to return. So the innkeeper here says, don't take the safety of this village for granted. We're under siege by Scourge on the east and the west. So she wants us to go help the ranger to help keep our borders safe from the undead that pour in from the dead scar. So there's this little area of soil that's been tainted, and they had to burn the forest for the taint. And his sister has been watching over to make sure it doesn't spread more and get worse. So he wants us to go check, see if she needs our help in any way. And all these are just kind of like, go here, talk with. So this is that one stupid little quest where you go fly to the city. So it's like, hello, welcome, volunteer. We're running low on supplies, but Silver Moon has promised us some material, and we need your assistance. So this is where you come in. Go to the flight master and fly to Silver Moon. Sathiel wants you to head up to the Silver Moon City and bring back her goods, eh? Sure, I can. For a small fee, of course. Now give me that fucking money, bro. Fucking. And then he tells us it's much safer to fly there with his beast than walking. And then when we get to Silver Moon to seek out Sathran, Azurdon, and the Bazaar. He says thanks for coming, things are worse than he has anticipated. And he says the Sunsail Anchorage has been overrun by wretched scum. As soon as we manage to get reinforcements in the area, we'll show those things who it was, boss. Now in the meantime, he wants us to go help by showing them a bit of discipline and just kill a few of the thugs. So with this Lord Sathariel, he says, good of Dawn Strider to finally respond to my simple requests. I should take up the matter with her attitude with the Regent Lord in Silver Moon. She's quite rude. Nothing for you to worry a little ahead about. Now where's my supplies? I've been waiting for her. I like to throw parties, just a little, something to celebrate the magnificence that is Quel'Thalas. But I'm a bit of a bind. I need you to gather up more party supplies. And then he basically just has us go to like 4 different locations in the fucking zone to supply his stupid party. And then up to these 2 here. Whitemorn says the wretched grew bolder every day. They achieved enough coordination to launch an attack on Sunsail Anchorage. Is it worth embarrassing enough? Most of our weapons were left behind, so he wants us to go and reclaim some weapons. As for the captain, she says, thanks goodness for you. Those stupid Murlocs have pirated away my cargo. It's bad enough that the wretched stolen what little magical cargo they had, but the Murlocs get the rest. So basically, we go kill Murlocs and then get the cargo back for her. And she... Another one of those random ass quests just out in the middle of nowhere. So Sungaze here tells us greetings, but take a look towards the shore. What do you see? Our beach, tainted, tranquil shore, but has been infested with the Murlocs. This blight will not stand, so he has us go kill some Murlocs and bring back their heads for him.
Remember the sun well.
So as we are looting these Murlocs, we find here a waterproof leather tube containing a number of sheets of parchment by the markings upon them. Pages are clearly navigation rudders, and each bears the signature of one of the captains. Over. Sending to you here says the Rangers Far Star Retreat are dedicated to incinerate the damage that has been wreaked upon the Fairlands, and we will go to any lengths to do so. And so he says, well done. By the smell of it, I'd say you return with all I asked for and possibly more. I'm sure we can find some use for these in a stew or some such. At last, it does not appear that your efforts have done the trick. These Murlocs are not in retreat. This calls for more direct action. So as he says, the Grimstone Murlocs have not been scared off by your efforts, but he knows of an idea, a bit personal as well, because they have the chieftain that calls himself Murgle that wanders off the Golden Strand south of the river. And so one of his companions, and then it wears one of his rings out open at defiance mockery. So he wants us to go kill the Murloc, get the ring back, and bring it back to him.
Remember the sun well.
Target something first.
Cargo done. Likes to walk very slowly. You are the instrument of my success and revenge, Paladin. Have you my ring? He says, at last, though the Grimstell did not root as hoped, it was entertaining to watch them panic and confusion when he laid low their so-called chieftain. And he has our thanks for the gratitude of the Sindor and Silver Moon City.
The reckoning is at hand.
Really? I don't know how long I've been for long. I might need a little break. I'm fucking tired. And then Whitemorn says, great job. Let's show the wretched what we're made of. And then here he says, the wretched are so oblivious, gorging on foul magic that they haven't noticed that we retrieved most of our weapons. Now it's time for a decisive attack. Now we gotta make an example of their leader, Aldaron. I don't know, probably. He was spotted on the top floor of the building and he wants us to bring us his head. Says, hello, you're a sight for sore eyes. I know it's crazy for me to be here with the anchorage overrun by the wretched, but Landris and his rangers have sworn to protect me on the condition that I get out of here as soon as I recovered my cargo. Oh, you sweet, sweet paladin. I had no idea those disgusting Grimscale Murlocs had also pirated away with my navigation rudders. Without them, I would have no choice in navigating the seas again once we retake the anchorage and repair the ship. Thank you very much. And then gives us some gold. Here she says she's grateful for she's grateful for the assistance of someone like us. It's almost puts a smile on her face, but then she realizes that what these monsters have done to my ship and what's happening in Quel'Thalas. She says, you did it, you saved me from ruin and delivered my revenge upon those disgusting creatures. Now if I could just get these pretty rangers here to help me with my cargo, I'll finally get out of here and I'll have to come back when Valandris has retaken the shipyard. And she gives us some coin for what little she can afford currently.
Death to all who oppose us.
What? And here he says, well, do you have his head or not? I have no time to waste. And he says, you defeated him after all? Undoubtedly, my man has softened him up for you. And he says, I'm joking. You've done well. You'll make a name for yourself if you keep your nose clean. As we're coming up to Lorena, my brother sent you. I do have a task I could use assistance with. These are difficult times for us. It is a very hard decision to burn the woods bordering the ghostlands to prevent the scourge's expansion. The Trents who have been our friends for years are now trying to foster the regrowth of the forest along the Scorched Grove. This is a painful thing to ask of you, Paladin, but we have failed to convince our former allies to cease their endeavors. I need to stop them by only means that remain to us, and that is force. The pendant we find here has initials LR etched onto it. Perhaps these letters will lead to the pendant's maker. Yeah.
Victory lies ahead.
So it is done. Curse these times that have driven us to desperate measures, and curse our enemy, the Scourge. Learn this. Our lands must be protected no matter what the cost. We shall prevail. You have something to show me? This pendant. I gave it to an old white bark after his people helped us rebuild our village. I guess this means I appreciate you bringing this to me. There is something I'd like to ask of you. This pendant brings back memories of a different time, a better time. Unfortunately, memories are the last thing I need right now. I want you to bury this by the runestone in the Scorched Grove. It was there that I first met the Trent Elder. Put my old friend's memory to rest. Oh, okay. I no longer belong to this world and must admit defeat. The land has forever changed and nothing will ever be the same. Leave the pendant here with me. Maybe one day, long after the elves are gone, a new tree will grow on this very spot amongst a burnt forest and the husks of dead Trents. Dude, it's not my... You're here to help us. Why you didn't say so earlier? We can always use a hand. We experienced a marked increase in scourge attacks. Our defenses are barely holding, and there's no sign of reinforcements coming from Silverman City. Lend us a hand in defending the village by thinning the numbers of the undead roaming the Dead Scar nearby. There we go. Now I got the pelts we need. That'll teach them not to mess with us. Good work. Your help in subduing the wretched has been invaluable. The Farstriders would surely have use for someone like you in their fight against the Amani trolls. Look for Farstrider retreat. You're back. Did you bring the pelts? These will do perfectly. Take this piece of armor as a reward. I'll be able to make more with pelts he brought me.
We will persevere.
Bundle fireworks. They look safe. Okay, are they? Did you do what I asked of you? Excellent job. Don't worry, they're not stuck in that farm permanently. Their apprenticeship, however, won't be restored until they earn it back.
Your gold is welcome here.
It's not it's special reserves, so that one.
Chomelaron.
What do you seek?
Sathran here says, that's quite a list you have there, friend. Let me take a look at it. He says, what's this? Sathiel wants all this? Did you bring anyone with you to help take it back? And so he says, it doesn't look as if you have a cart or a beast of burden with you, so I better send you back with only what you can carry. If you've spoken with Skymaster at Fairbreeze Village, then you should get this back to Sathiel as soon as possible by flying back.
Glory to the Sindorai.
So she says, well, that box of goods you have there looks heavy. You want to load that up on one of my flying beauties? She says, sure, yeah, I can get you there fast. It all checks out as far as I can tell. So the question is, have you already spoken to the Skymaster, Brian, Dawn, in Fair Breeze Village? If so, then this can't be as simple as paying the small fare and quickly flying back. You're here to help? Excellent. The battle against the Amani trolls have taken its toll on us, and capital fighters such as yourself are always a welcome. And so here she says a little like backstory about the kingdoms and stuff. But until we reach Outland, we must defend what little land we have at any cost. Our uncivilized neighbors to the southeast, the Amani trolls, certainly have a different opinion regarding the ownership of these lands. Their daily raids are something we can't tolerate anymore. Go to their settlements, Zabwatha and Torwatha, and teach them a lesson.
State your business.
So Aratho here says the Amani and the elves have a long history of mutual dislike and open hostility, but that doesn't prevent her from appreciating the fellow craftsman's work. So she's come across many pieces of Amani weaponry, and she admits that she's impressed by the quality of the work. It is rumored that spearcrafter Atembe wields a magical hammer that is so light and well balanced it allows him to work with great dexterity and efficiency. And she wants you to bring this tool, and she'll craft us a weapon. Alright, so Diskwither here says, hear my request for reasons I cannot go into now. I decided to shut down my nearby school after a few days ago. I sent one of my pupils there with this very task. I have not heard back from her since, and he wants you to go to Diskwither Spire and check in on her to make sure that she is well.
Our enemies will fall.
The Magister was concerned for my well-being? How sweet! I wish they had shown such interest before when we were at the spire. That doesn't matter now. Please listen carefully, as I have a favor to ask of you.
Salama Ashalinore.
Alright, so here she says that as she was sent here to shut down the power sources that feed the spire, there are 3 of them, each located a different place inside. Now, she says she's too late and has been overrun with strange magical creatures. While she hasn't had the expertise to accomplish this task, surely we can do it ourselves easily. The Diskwither groundskeeper has gone missing. Someone must have forgotten to tell him to leave when the Magister and everyone else did. I know that he's still somewhere around here on the grounds, but I dare not go looking for him myself with all these magical creatures roaming about. And she wants you to go find him for her and make sure he's alright. Way too much. And Wilthin says, who are you? You're not one of the princes, that's for sure. Sent here to help me clean up this mess, no doubt. And here he says, it's horrible, I tell you. Strange things happen in the spire. The Magister and his apprentices run off, and the next thing you know, the whole grounds are overrun with these magical beasties. And who told Willithin? No one. That's who. And he asks you to help him clear out some of these things out, since he cannot maintain the grounds while these anomalies are running amok.
I need to get closer.
He says, well, I suppose that will have to do now, won't it? Thanks for the help, Paladin. I can only hope to get this mess completely cleaned up before the Magister returns to Diskwither Spire. Take this pocket chain. It's not much, but it's all I have at the moment. Feel free to dispatch a few more of the beasties on your way out, if you'd be so kind.
Hold your head high.
There we go.
I need to target something first.
I don't have a target.
What the hell's going on here, bro?
I need to target something first.
Am I like getting hit from down here or something, bro? I totally was. What? That guy's just like... Jesus Christ. That's not a what though, dude. That's new. As we go over here and read this little book, it says, you have discovered what appears to be an investigative journal left behind by Magister Diskwither. A brief scan of its contents reveals some shocking attempts at filtering corrupted magical flows, which might explain what has happened here at Diskwither Spire. The Magister is sure to want this brought back to him. Oh. He spawned like instantly, dude. I should update these guys. Okay, now we leave. Like, what the heck's going on here, dude? Like, you're fucking 5 mile reach. I'm grateful to you for your assistance, but saddened to hear that some of my fellow princes have fallen to their addiction. With the power of the spire cut off, I think I'll stay here a while and see if things calm down long enough for me to sneak in and retrieve their remains. And then the last favor she asked of you is to relay what has transpired here to Duskwither back at Farstrider Retreat and let him know that she is well, but make certain that he is aware that some of the princes have become wretched.
Our enemies will fall.
He says, no, I was too late. It's all my fault. My investigation into purifying alternative magical sources got out of hand before I could put a stop to it. If only I had gone myself, or they had listened to me and heed my warnings. Now I have blood on my hands. I thank you, though, for putting the rest of the tortured souls of my former apprentices as some small consolation that will no linger in that state where a blood elf is better off dead. And then he says, what's this? It looks familiar. Oh no, this journal, my investigation. This is what caused all this in the first place. So as we give the tome back to him, he says, here it is, the proof of my crime. This journal contains all my ill-conceived studies. Heed my warnings. Heedless of the warnings, I continued my research until it was almost too late. And then I grasped my error. I did what I could, but by then, some of the peoples had already gone too far. So he evacuated the spire to get them away from the corruption, but in my haste, forgot to shut down the power sources. I will burn this tome so that no one else falls prey to its contents. I only wanted to help the Sindore.
Wits about you.
So as we go here and look at this cage troll, and he says, us dark spirits be mortal enemies of mine just like you. And he wants us, but he's dying with poison, so he's going to hold off the poison until we bring back the head of Zolmarash, and only then he can die peacefully. Actually, this guy is dead. What's that? Heals me. Heal. So as we find these battle plans, though we do not understand language in these, but you can clearly make out the marking positions on Farstrider Retreat and Fairbreeze Village, and we best return to Lieutenant Dawnrunner to let her know about this. Okay.
Who you be?
So he's saying the troll had it coming. He burned down Vengeance Village. I killed many Omani before they put me in this cage. Now he says he hid something in the sand as a gift before the poison gets to him. And here the lieutenant says, good work. With more people like you, we'll soon restore our lands to their former glory. And then, what do you want to show me? The trolls have been keeping us pinned here while planning an attack on Fairbreeze Village. We were not expecting this at all. And then she wants us to go Fairbreeze Village and notify the ranger of the Mani plans, even though the one troll guy is dead. And Fairbreeze must prepare for a troll attack nonetheless. And that she'll send reinforcements to him as soon as possible.
Wits about you. What business have you? Death.
And so Ethereal here says, there's truth. You brought me the hammer? There's truth to the rumors. This hammer is light and strong all at once. I shall manage to complete several of my unfinished projects, and of course, I'll let you have the first pick. Alright. Some word of Merveda here says, it's nice of my old mentor to check on me. It's too bad she lost faith in my research long ago. To waste your time trying to get me to return to her. You can either help me with my research or leave. So here she says, this was a functional arcane sanctum before Arthas and his army of the Scourge decided to plow through their way through Silvermoon. Now it's useful as any part of the Dead Scar, where the soil is tainted and the undead are drawn to it. What she wants to know is whether this taint is reversible or not, and she wants to collect soil samples from this area so she can study them.
The reckoning is at hand.
You'll see. Wood chop.
State your business.
Then after collecting the samples for her, she says, excellent, I will cast augmentation enhancement on the samples so I can more clearly analyze the taint on the soil. Here she says something's wrong. I sense the president's scourge. Be ready to fight.
Remember the sun.
Time to die. I thought they were gonna move.
It's too far.
That was easy. And so she's saying her endeavors are hopeless, the very nature of the soul has been altered, and that taint is irreversible. And then she thanks us for assistance, and then she needs one more task from us. And she says, as discouraging as my research results are, they still contain valuable data, and she must have her work reviewed before it's taken seriously, and she wants us to take the notes back to the Landra, Dawn Strider at the village.
Have justice.
And here's another random ass quest guy over here. And he says ancient runestones once powered by protective barriers across the Eversong border were many were destroyed during Arthas' attack and others were stolen. One of the only of the three that remain, this one has been retained its powers. The runestone to the east might be salvageable though. Take this crystal and still its energy on the eastern runestone. The process should take but a minute. Beware though, nearby scourge will be drawn to it and will seek to destroy it. Do not let them. So we'll see. How long does the Eversong is? 1 to 30? You don't hit that crystal, bro. Leave it alone. He says, have we succeeded? And he says, excellent. The defenses should hold off the scourge a bit longer. Thank you for lending us a hand. The ranger says, many thanks. Our job is a thankless one, but today you helped us make it a little bit easier.
Glory to the Sindori.
Here she says, these notes are shocking. If they are correct, it means damage on this land of the Discard is irreversible. I'll notify the Grand Magister right away. More reasons for our race to escape this world and find our true fate in Outland.
Choose wisely.
Back so soon? That doesn't look like everything I requested. And she says, well, I guess if that's what he said, that the rest will be coming quickly overland, then I guess I'll take him for his word. He certainly never failed to provide the goods in the past. Thank you. Here, take this coin. It's nothing but jingle around in my pocket all day.
Remember the sun well.
Right. The ranger says, the information you brought is of vital importance. Now that we know the troll plans, we'll prepare for attack. We won't be caught with our guard down.
Farewell.
Now back to Lord Sathuriel. Didn't I just send you out to gather up more party supplies? Was that you? Oh, I can't be expected to remember everyone's face now, can I? I meet so many interesting people. What is it you want? You're quite the energetic young woman, aren't you? This all looks very adequate. You certainly deserve compensation for gathering up all this for me, and something a little extra, I think. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's an invitation to the party. And next time that you drop in, and make sure to dress up in something a little more festive. Festive. Now, as we go up to the carrier here. Help me, stranger. I must reach Tranquillin. I cannot fall.
Your head high.
Apothecary here says, what are you standing around for? Can't you see this boy needs immediate attention? By the looks of it, the plague is beginning to take over his body. Within minutes, not even a master apothecary like me will be able to save him. The animals south of the river all carry the plague in their blood. Go across the bridge and hunt down the plague beast there. Bring me enough plague blood samples and I'll distill a serum capable of saving this blood off. Hurry now.